Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you how to make a bangle, how to cover a bangle with fabric. So you start from a wooden bangle. It can be anything, whether it's wood or plastic or like metal. You can cover it to make this beautiful creation. So what you're gonna need is some pieces of fabric, such as these ones. So I used this to make this one. What you do is you cut it into a long piece. So I've cut this into this strap. You must also make sure that your working space is clean so that you don't dirty your materials. So this piece of fabric that I have, I'm gonna fold it. Just fold the little pieces on top. This is so that we make sure that the outside is not ragged, because if you use it this way, the outside will be ragged. So you have to fold it in as far as you can. Just have it folded in. When you're done, you take your bangle and a glue gun. The glue gun is what's gonna help you to stick the fabric on the bangle. Start by positioning it on the bangle, just diagonally. Then use your gun. To stick it on. The next step, you have to pull the fabric outwards towards yourself and then inwards towards the bangle, like that. Just a few times more, making sure that it's very tight. Then as you go, you hold it tight, you put some glue underneath so that it sticks, and then you continue with the process. Make sure that the fabric on top overlaps with the other one. And then you continue with the process while remembering to also put your glue, and remember to cover the ragged part on top so that it doesn't show. If you didn't cut the right amount of fabric, you can still continue with the new fabric. So it doesn't matter whether you cut the right amount or not. You don't have to start from scratch. And when you come towards the end, make sure that everything on top is covered. You can now cut your fabric. And then what you do is, because we don't want any ragged ends, you also fold this part of your fabric so that you have now two folded parts. Check that it covers everything on top. See if it's gonna overlap if it overlaps on the other side like this, then you have to cut this part off again. Check again if it overlaps. It doesn't overlap. And then you use your glue for the final part. Just always make sure that the last part that you stick is on the inside, so that it doesn't show on the outside. So what I mean is, this is the inside. You stick the last part like that and make sure that it's stuck, it remains stuck. And then there you go. That's your bangle. And that's it. So now I'm gonna show you how to make a pair of earrings like these, tassel earrings. So what you're gonna need is some large hoop rings, some smaller jump rings, some hooks, a needle, some thread, and something to roll your thread on. You can use a card or a credit card or anything. So what I did here was to roll a piece of paper into like a rectangle, and then I put masking tape over it just to make it strong. Mari, you can use like a credit card or any card. So what you do now is start with making your tassel. So hareta tassel, this is what we do. You count how many times? 150 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what helps is if you put the thread lower down on the ground, then you start counting. That's 150. Then you cut your thread. You can use any size of these, so you can also use this. Or this size, it really doesn't matter. So when you're done with this, you remove it from your card, and then you cut the thread like that. Any excess thread that you cut, then you can throw it away. After that, you fold it in half, just like that. And when you're done, this is the ring that I'm gonna use. You put it inside. You make sure that when it folds, all the sides are equal. Like that. And then you take your other thread, a thread of a different color, And what you do, you place it on top, and then you start rolling it this way. So you can count 15 times. Make sure that the thread doesn't overlap on top of the other. After you've counted, you just cut, and then you make a knot. You tie it. Tie it more than once so that you are sure that it's secure. I'm gonna tie it 3 times. After that, you you cut some of the excess thread. You take your needle, you thread the needle, and then you poke into the inside, because now we're trying to hide the knot. Poke it into the inside, you pull it, there. And when you're done with that, then you cut the excess thread. And there's your tassel. When you're done with your tassel, you take your jump ring with your hook, you open it with your pliers, put it in there, and there you go, you have your earring. So depending on the color that you want and on the length that you want, this is what you can get. So you would choose the colors and the color combinations that you like. If you want, then you can make 3 tassels on one earring like that. Choose some nice bright colors, or you can even go with more. Here I made 5 tassels on one earring. It's the same process, you just have to repeat it a few times, and that's it.